when the cartel was going off. I just happened to be driving through Sinaloa on my motorcycle, and I caught it all on film. So it is pretty crazy.
You would.
And
That's awesome.
yeah, like people, why would you do that? Like, why wouldn't I? I always this is what I live for. Like this is not a one-off for me. Like, when a hurricane happens, I'm diving straight into the hurricane. I'm down there. I'm going and I'm doing it. When something goes, I want to be there. I want to see why.
What up, Vigilantes? I'm here with Danny. Danny's coming in all the way from Anarchapulco. What's up, Danny? How you doing?
Oh, not too much, man. Doing great here. Getting things ready for Anarchapulco. I've got a project that I'm working on to help out the local orphanage and food sovereignty. The Anarchapulco is about many things, not just crypto. I wish it was just about crypto, but we've got other things going on there. And one of them is hydroponics. That's what we're working on right now, is this hydroponic garden to help support the local orphanage.
Right on. Everyone, just to introduce you guys, this is the host of the Crypto Show. I've been knowing Danny for over a decade now. We go way back with the activist community in Austin, Texas. We used to mine Bitcoin under the Chase Bank on Guadalupe.
Yeah.
So it's awesome to still hang out with you, Danny, to still see you around. And thank you for everything that you're doing down there.
Yeah, what we were really doing is we were undermining the bank and the man and having some fun while we do it.
Yeah, for sure. So I've known Danny for many years. And so we have a big lineup this year for Cryptopulco and Anarchapulco. And that's kind of what I want to get into because I'm stoked. I'm ready. My bags are ready. I'm ready to go. I should be there as like within a week. Tell me, who do we have lined up for this year, Danny?
Well, Jeff is speaking. You're speaking. I'm going to be speaking a little bit. We've got, I think, DragonX or something. She's representative of Dero. We've Monerotopia guys are showing up. They're going to do their booth and help people out with setting up Monero wallets, giving them a little bit of Monero, and their coffee project. They have a really cool project down in I believe, Guatemala, where they're using Monero for people who buy the coffee beans to actually tip the guys who pick the beans. So
nice.
That's pretty cool stuff. That's things I always like to do. I'm pretty sure we still have the DarkFi guys coming. I think Paul Play may be showing up again. Sarah Mansky, she spoke last year. I think she's going to be talking something about I don't know, metaverse stuff, which we have a friend of mine from Vegas and I are doing a workshop, and it is about de-Googling your life. And one of the concepts that we're using is fight AI with AI. So how AI is tracking everybody, you create your own AI that just goes out into the metaverse and leaves fake breadcrumbs for the other AIs that are tracking you to think you're over here while you're really over there, So it's a really cool concept. And, the things I'm talking about is the DragonX and the local Mexican currency. So this is big.
Tell us about that. You discovered a local Mexican currency, and now you're helping them out with crypto.
Yeah. So I seen this article, and it was shared in, I think, one of the Puerto Vallarta groups. And it was about this local currency that was tied to the Mexican currency called Tumin, Tumin. And the way it works is they just give the currency to the locals, the ones that agree to use it. So your first entry is they give you 5,000 Tumin, and you're able to go and spend that in the community with any merchant that agrees to accept at least 15%, if not more. And they also give the merchants the same, 5,000, whatever, to get involved in it. And a lot of them only accept the 15%, but many of them will accept more because they have lower overhead, like somebody who cuts hair or whatever. It's just their scissors, so they don't have a lot of overhead. But the taco guy, he's got to buy the meat and the tortillas, so maybe he wants to stick with, pesos. Irregardless, it is equal with the peso. So 10 tumen is 10 pesos. Well, what I went to meet the guy because I was just, like, this is cool. This is crypto. Even though it's paper, it's the same idea as crypto. We're using a currency that is not a government issued war backed currency. And that just excites me. So I drove my motorcycle from Texas to Monterey. I went to the Bitcoin conference in Monterey, and then I drove to Papantla, Veracruz to find this guy. When I got to the city, it took me 15 minutes to find Tumen. That night I went to bed, of course, because it was like 2 or 3 in the morning when I arrived. But when I woke up the next morning, I went to the town square and I asked one person, and they didn't know what I was talking about. Then I went somewhere else where they were selling shirts and stuff. So, oh yeah, sure, here it is. So I bought some Tumen. Oh man, I don't have it with me. I carry them in my wallet. I don't have my wallet on me. I show them to everybody. And so I buy this Tumen, and I'm like, well, who's the guy? And the lady goes, oh, I'll call him. Within an hour, he's meeting me at the hotel, and we're having this big discussion.
Nice.
About Tumen. And, so I was like, hey, well, how come it's not digital? So, well, we don't know how. Nice. So I said, all right, well, we got something to work on for you, and we're going to be working on it. So, I partner with Hush because we have our chain DragonX as a side chain. It was the very first smart chain, and the very first ZK project, by the way, that uses RandomX. So that's cool stuff. But anyway, Hush smart chains are a way for you to create your own chain, and you get to use the technology that Hush has. So you have zero knowledge proof. What we're going to do is design the chain so that only the people who are issuing the currencies are the miners, and then those coins will be transparent, because it goes right into the main wallet. Whatever coin, the Coinbase coins are always transparent. From there, once it leaves the Coinbase, then it is automatically shielded. So any of the users that use the wallet are automatically going to have shielded coins. So it's like digital cash.
Nice. So you're helping them out with the digital component to the Tumen, right? Correct? Nice.
Yes. But so that's what we're working on with that. But I am excited to have him at Anarchapulco as a speaker to talk about it. And he has some really interesting views about COVID and everything else, and he feels kind of the same way we do about COVID, that it's just a scam. And that was some of the things that he pointed out. Look at the damage that it did to our people because they can't, go out and earn a living. And so he's right there with us on a lot of things. We disagreed a little bit on the idea of scarcity, but you can't have it all. So maybe we can reach him while he's in Acapulco and teach him about scarcity.
I think Anarchapulco is the most amazing conference throughout the year. Sometimes you really have to go to certain places to meet certain people. And if you're watching this from home right now and you even have an inkling about going to Anarchapulco, don't think about it, just go. Because the experiences you're going to have and the people you're going to meet are unlike anything you'll find in any conference. I'm a tech guy. I live and breathe Bitcoin and crypto. And when I go to Anarchapulco, I really take in the health and wellness aspect of it, because I find myself surrounded by the world-renowned experts in health and wellness every year. So I just drink it up, and I really give myself to that experience, because it's very rare to find so many people that are like-minded in one place with different specialties coming together. And Danny, thank you so much for putting together the crypto stage. I'm really stoked. So we're gonna have people from Dero speaking, and now also we're gonna have Anarchapulco go for 2 weeks this year, correct?
Yeah. The second week is a kind of build your own experience. I think several years ago we had Lily made Anarchaforko, and Lily, I mean, if you don't know her from the Anarchist movie, if you watched it on HBO, She kind of escaped the States because she had marijuana charges, and she's been living in Mexico ever since. But anyway, she's on the team now, and she wanted to bring the idea back from Anarchaporco, and now it's called Agoraforko, which is, they have Agorapulco here that goes on sometimes, and we butt heads with them a little bit. Not everybody, but some people show up and just want to stir up trouble. Some conspiracy theorists are just a little hard to reach. But anyway, it's build your own experience. So if you have a workshop, or if you want to give a talk to somebody, just find a place to do it, put it on our schedule, and we'll send all of the people who stuck around for the second week to your event. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. I know, like if you're having a workshop like we are, I'm having actually 3 workshops myself, and you can just add that on and do an extended version of your workshop, or whatever kind of talk you want to give. Anything you want to teach somebody, just build your own event and keep it going for another week.
Right on, right on. And so is the venue private this year again? Are we not telling anyone where the venue is till they get there, or is this something that
the secret garden is no longer a secret? We've got Max
just
Egan.
making sure.
We've got Max Egan doing his talks, and he's got a pretty big audience, so pretty much twice a week he's going there. Jeff did a talk from there yesterday. I was there when him and Max were talking, and he came over and talked to us at the same time. So I don't think it's a secret anymore, man. The secret's out.
The secret's out. Yeah. So the Secret Garden is this very special place, guys. It is what the name signifies. It's a very beautiful garden in the heart of Bonfil, which is like a beach town outside of Acapulco Bay. And it's a very magical place. It really is very beautiful. I'm very excited for this year. And I know we're going to have Dr. Ron Paul speaking, correct?
Yeah, he sure is. I don't know how long he'll be there. How the big name guys, they just kind of pop in and pop out. But they're having a private dinner with Ron Paul. I think it's called the Ron Paul dinner. And, he'll be speaking. I don't know how much access we'll get to him. I would love to interview him again. I've had him on a couple of times on the show, but when he's out on the road like that, he's got that entourage. So, who knows?
Right on, right on. So yeah, Danny, you're someone that constantly goes to crypto conferences, constantly go to crypto events, and it seems like every time we come to Anarchapulco, we bring together like a fusion of everything that is happening in crypto at the same time. And I really want to thank you for all the work that you're doing out there, because it really means a lot to the crypto community to have someone like yourself, like bringing everyone together into this beautiful event once a year. And
something I forgot to mention actually is about bringing people together. I put a lot of focus this year into bringing more Mexican and Latin American speakers. So we've got Jose Rodriguez, used to be with Bitso. He's now with Talentland, that promotes crypto all over Mexico and actually gets crypto in the faces of these scumbag politicians.
Nice.
And also we've got Rogelio Lopez coming from Brazil. This guy is, he's gangster as fuck, man. I don't know if I can say fuck on here, but
you can say whatever you want. It's okay.
So Rogelio, man, you got to check this guy out. The Bank of Brazil kept shutting his accounts down. And Brazil is a country that is actually more pro the citizens or users actually than the banks, apparently, because he sued the banks and forced the banks to open back up his accounts. And not only did they have to open back up his accounts, I think he got a couple of million, like $2 or $3 million from the banks for shutting his accounts down. And he just used to go around with these T-shirts that said "fuck the banks," and he ended up like kind of toning it down to fork the banks. But Yeah, he's a hardcore freedom fighter. He fought against the banks in Brazil, and he brings crypto to Brazil and does a great job of it. Love that guy. His company back then was called CoinBR. I don't know what it is today. I think he may have changed the name on that. We've got a YouTube influencer guy that reaches a lot of younger people named Mad Crypto. He's showing up. He's got some really cool ideas. He's privacy focused, so you'll love this guy. Although he does do some stuff with NFTs, but I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with NFTs, so it's pretty cool. Or he's renting out his surf cabins on the beach somewhere, where you buy this NFT and it gives you access to a surf cabin. It's pretty cool stuff. So and then of course with the guy from Tumen, we're bringing a lot of Latin influence into Anarchapulco this year, because that was something early on when we started planning Anarchapulco, that we wanted to bring more of a Mexican and Latin feel to what we're doing. So not just in the crypto, a lot of the other stuff is more of a Latin feel to all of our parties and everything.
Nice. That's really cool. Thank you for doing that. That's really awesome, because I think it's very important to network, and Latin America really is ready for the next bull run. And this is where you want to be. You want to be meeting people, connecting, and making the smart decisions to position yourself for the next bull rally. So I'm really excited. It's funny, to go to an Anarchapulco during a bull run, or going to Anarchapulco during a bear season, because I tend to find more of a fruitful environment whenever we're in a bear market at these conferences, because you get the people that are like not just committed, but like they're real about it, and that they're creating things. During the bull run, you tend to get
weed
people,
out all the moon boys.
You get all the moon boys that want to come in, and they're just rushing and into FOMO, fear of missing out, right? And they're not really thinking things through. This is the time to network with people who are really thinking things through, who are ahead of the game. And so, I'm really excited for this year's conference. And I personally go for the health and wellness. I love that part of the conference, those events. That's really what drives me to go, since all the rest of the year all I do is crypto. And I'm really excited, Danny. I'm really excited that there's now 2 weeks of this event, because it usually is that by the end of the first week, people are just now getting comfortable with each other, and really, jiving and really networking and really getting to know each other. And then it's time to go. And the fact that they extended this along with Agoraforko, really, I think is going to create a very nourishing environment for people to really create the connections necessary to prepare for the next bull run.
Yeah. And if anybody wants to help out on what we're working with the orphanage, definitely reach out to me. If you want to check out, if you're into messaging, definitely hit me up. If you hit me up directly or something, I will send you a link to a wallet that will allow you to send Z to Z messages. This is cool. What we've done with Hush, they actually released the first Android wallet, and this has messaging built in. So we're using, the encryption of Signal messaging. But the problem with Signal is you have phone numbers that link you together. So you have linkability. Maybe they can't read your message, but the linkability is the problem. So with this wallet, the linkability is Z to Z transactions. And the anon set of Hush right now is 2.5 million. Actually, I think it's a little bit higher already. So, there's you some Where's Waldo shit. Go find the linkability in that pool.
Right on. Yeah, and guys, that's the beauty of these events is to go and meet people and learn about new projects, like what Danny's talking about right now, because this is where the future is, right? And this is the environment where you want to be at in order to really meet and get ahead of the market, get ahead of the game, to really know where the puck is going, per se. Because what Danny's talking about right now may be just a conversation that we're having here, but who knows? This could possibly turn into something huge. And
I think it
these
is. I mean,
conversations, yeah.
Think
These
about it. Like,
conversations are very valuable.
how many transactions of crypto do you make per week?
Me?
Yeah.
Probably I like to hodl, so probably around 10 a week.
Right.
Give or
Right.
take 10.
I mean, I might make one a week, you know, to take out some money for spending money or something like that. I'm all on crypto anyway. But messaging, how many messages do you send a day? Like I probably send hundreds and hundreds of messages. So having private messaging, that's pretty cool. You know, those are the things that we use, and that's why I feel pretty strongly about that. You know, about using this, being able to use private messaging, because those are the things that we do all the time, and I think it opens up more transactions and more users just by doing that.
Right on. So the second week is going to be Agoraforko, and it's going to be mostly workshops, and it's kind of like you know, the community just comes together, and it's a very spontaneous, order led of an environment. Yeah. And so I'm very much looking forward to that. I also look forward to the food. Every time I go, I really enjoy the food there.
They have really good
food. Has incredible food.
Yeah, and I think what they did this year, you know, in the last 2 years, it was like VIP only type deal. So everybody got the food, but the tickets are quite expensive because the venue is expensive. It costs quite a bit to throw this thing. There's all the people that were flying in and everything. So what we did is we gave the option of not eating the food, and you have the general admission ticket, which is much cheaper. And then, you know, it gives you the ability to go around town and check out some of the local food, which is pretty good. I always eat up on the boulevard because it's cheaper and comes to you faster. When you go down on the beach and eat, it's probably triple the price, and it takes longer to get there. So I don't know why, but it always does.
Right on, right on. All right, guys. So, Danny, where can people find more about you?
You can find me on Faceplace or whatever. On Telegram is Dan Aston, DANAKSTON, which is a character from Atlas Shrugged. I don't use my real name on there. And that is the guy who taught John Galt about philosophy, right? Yeah, the guy from Action Designer. Anyway, also I do this RV channel, which is called NRV Adventure, and the short name for it is at ANRV Moto. And you should go check that out, because I just did a drive through Sinaloa that was pretty wild. Like when the cartel was going off, I just happened to be driving through Sinaloa on my motorcycle, and I caught it all on film. So it is pretty crazy.
You would. And that's awesome.
Yeah, like people, why would you do that? Like, why wouldn't I? I always, that's what I live for, you know. Like, this is not a one-off for me. Like, you know, when a hurricane happens, I'm diving straight into the hurricane. I'm down there, I'm going, and I'm doing it. When something goes, I want to be there. I want to see why. I just live my life. I'm not going to sit around on the sidelines and, you know, do the 9-to-5 thing and wait for something to happen. Whenever this world takes me out, I'll be satisfied, because I done lived it.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, I've traveled with Danny. I've known Danny for over a decade. Danny's a riot. I very much enjoy him. I look forward to seeing you and hanging out with you, Danny, drinking some beers with you, meeting everyone that's coming down, and talking crypto, because yeah, there's things that we agree on, things we don't agree on, but that's how we grow. And yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very stoked. Guys, that's anarchapulco.com.
Yeah. Oh, and my code is crypto10 if you want to save some money. I know Raphael probably has his own code, but mine is CRYPTO10.
We'll use yours for this video, yeah?
Awesome. All
right on, guys. We'll see you at Anarchapulco. Peace, love, and anarchy. I'm on my way.
All right.
Take care.
See you soon.